welcome to my channel. My name is Jason. Today we'll be smoking a pork shoulder on my Yoder pellet smoker. It's about a 7.5 pound pork shoulder. We'll be cooking it overnight at about 225 degrees. And if you're a beginner, you know the best thing about a pork shoulder, this is the perfect thing to cook for the first time. It's very forgiving and there's so many uses you can do with it, whether it's tacos, nachos, sandwiches, whatever. Lots of things you can do with it. And you can also, when you get tired of it, just put it in some freezer bags and put it in the freezer and you're good to go for the next time. So without further ado, let's get this thing ready. First of all, most of the time, the pork butt is going to have a very heavy fat cap on it. And you might want to trim some of that off. But as you can see on this one right here, they've already trimmed it for me at the grocery store. So what I'm going to do is just going to make some light scores, kind of, in a crisscross pattern. That way that you get the seasoning down into the meat very good. But there's not a lot of fat cap on this, so I'm not going to take anything off of it, just going to leave it the way it is. And that's pretty much about it on that. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use mustard as our binder. And you're not going to be able to taste the mustard. It has no effect on the outcome of the flavor. It's just there for to help the seasoning stick, basically, is all it is. So you want to get that smoothed in real good. Go all the way around the edges. Get the edges real good. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with some ground pepper. And then I'm going to get mustard all over my bottle when I'll wash it off. But start from up top so you can get a good coat. Make sure you get the sides real good. And then I'm going to come back with another layer of some, this is made by Grill Mates. It's called Applewood Rub. I like it. I've done it before on pork shoulders. It's got a very distinct flavor. It just really tastes good. Get you a good coat on there. Rub it in. I'm doing this on a cutting board to kind of show you, but if you got something you want to put it in, that way you don't make a mess, it's good as well, but we'll clean it up. And then we'll flip it over and pretty much repeat the process. Oops. There we go. Let me take these gloves off. Get in the way. There we go. Now, I'm not putting any salt on this because I'm trying to lower my salt intake, and not only that, the seasoning that I'm using has sugar and salt in it, so I feel like it gives plenty of salt to it. I mean, that's totally your preference. If you want to use some salt, extra salt or whatever, make it comfortable for what you're doing. But I want to be able to taste the pork itself, so I don't put a whole lot of stuff on it. I'm just gonna you know, pretty much give a little seasoning and let the cooker and the pork take care of the rest, you know. And probably what I'll do though overnight is a couple times is I'll go out there and spritz it maybe with some apple cider vinegar and water, or you know, if you want to use apple juice or something like that, that works good. Um, and then another thing I'll do is, you know, once I get to about 170 degrees internal, I'll probably take it out because it'll have enough smoke by then. And then I'll put it in a pan and wrap it with some foil on top, and then let it cook the rest of the way in its own juices, you know. But I'll show you that process in the morning. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let that sit, and you know, for about 15 minutes or so, and we'll let that spice get tacky. You know, the longer it sits, it just kind of gets tacky, and then we'll put it on the grill. So I'll see you guys here in a few minutes. Got it on the grill. Everything's seasoned up. So what I did was I got it fat side down. This is the hottest part of the grill, so I got the thickest part of the meat right here. And what I'm gonna do is just let it run overnight. We'll check it periodically, maybe spritz a little bit, you know, with some, like what I said, with some apple cider vinegar or apple juice, whatever. I got it running about 225. It runs about 5 degrees warmer, hotter, give or take the temperature. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shut the lid, and I'll see you guys in the morning. As you can see, we got the pork shoulder sitting here. We ended up, I think, around 175 when I pulled it off. So now I think what I'm gonna do is I put it in a pan, and I got some juice in the bottom of the pan. But I think I'm just gonna let it ride out without wrapping it. You know, that's up to you if you want to wrap it at this point. But I think what I'm gonna do is let it create a little bit more bark. So I'll just keep spritzing it every so often, keep an eye on it, and maintain the temperature. I'm still sitting around 225 on the grill. I may bump it up to about 250, and we'll just keep an eye on it and keep checking it and keep spritzing it. But it's looking really good. Really wish you could smell it. Smells fantastic. Um, Battling a little cold this morning, so we'll just power through it and get this done. But yeah, I'll meet you back at the grill. All right, got it back on the grill. Um, Here's my little bottle. Just got a little cheap plastic spray bottle. Got a little bit of apple juice in here. So what I'm gonna do is spray it down real good, and then got my little thermopin right here, and just gonna close the lid, and we'll be back here in a little bit. All right, so here's the finished product. I pulled it out at about, I think it was about 2:03 when I pulled it out. I've already been letting it rest for about, it's been about a good hour or so. It was really hot, so I didn't want to fool with it at the moment. But as you can see, it built up a really good bark. And like I said, if you don't want to take it that far, if you want to wrap it at about, you know, 170 degrees when it's that kind of mahogany color, hey, do it. You know, it's good that way as well. You can't hardly mess this up. I mean, it's pulled pork, so everything's gonna be mixed up anyhow. You'll just have those little bits of bark, you know, mixed in with the pulled pork. So anyhow, let's see how this does. Oh yeah, that bone just comes right on out of there. Got a little piece there, but pretty clean. So you can either take your bear claws like this and rip it apart, or just get in there and do it with your hands, you know. But basically just gonna pull it all apart. It just pulls apart real easy. Nice and juicy. Oh, that's gonna be good. But you get the picture, you know. It'll take a few minutes to pull all this apart and shred it up. But let's just take a little bite and see. Oh man, that's good. But anyhow, let me know what you guys like to make on, you know, weekends when you're getting ready to watch a game or whatever. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And I appreciate you guys for watching.